Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me for Try It Out Tuesday. Today we're going to be using a couple new items over at Spellbinders. This is part of their Celebrate You collection, and I chose these in particular lately for Try It Out Tuesdays. I've been creating with stash items. These are new, but these are great stash building items. I'm going to be using the Let's Celebrate Sentiments stamp set. This is all about sentiments and all different sentiment styles. There's Hello Baby, Cheers to You, Happy Birthday, Get Well Wishes. And so I think this is great to have to stamp for any card occasion. I'm going to be using this for my card today along with a die set. This is the Sentiment Labels die set, and I chose this because it fits the sentiments that are in here perfectly. And also I wanted to share that this is one of those sets that make great, if you like to label your craft room, this is a great book plate too, guys, for labeling the items in your craft room. So with that said, let's jump in and create a card. We are going to start off by doing some die cutting. I'm going to use the smaller label, and there is an insert. Labels like this are versatile because you can die cut out just the label, but you can also insert this little piece and die cut this out to create a label frame, or you can just die cut this out and layer it on top. So that's always nice. Now this little strip is pretty neat. I promise you I'm no good at cutting out very thin strips of cardstock. So I was happy that they included this, because if you don't want to use twine or string in the holes that are in your label, you don't have to. You can use paper, which is really nice. This will cut out a thin strip that will fit through the holes. So that is nice also. And again, all of our sentiments will fit inside. I'm pretty sure this will fit in the larger one. Will fit in here also. So that makes it really good. Nice and versatile. Let's start by die cutting. I need some florals, of course, for a Get Well card, so I'm going to be using this die set. This is a Cinch and Go Blossoms from Becca Beacon. It is so pretty, and I love the Cinch and Go flowers because they're layerable, and I'm partial to these ones. These could make funky flowers, or they could also make flower centers. And we have the smaller one here too. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of die cutting with some colored cardstock. I chose some colors here. I have white. I'm going to die cut out the book plate with white, and also this strip here. Flowers here are flower centers. I'm going to die cut out with a pale yellow cardstock. And I just probably need one of those. And then I have some Spellbinders Color Essentials. This is Dahlia, and then this is Persimmon. And so I'm gonna just go crazy and die cut out 4 of each, and 4 of each of these, and I'll die cut out a few white ones also. Now with this, I wanted to take the Persimmon cardstock, and I'm going to layer that frame inside, a book plate frame almost. You'll see when I die cut it out. But I have a lot of die cutting to do, so when I'm done die cutting, I will be right back. Okay, I went ahead and went die cut crazy with my flowers. And we'll build those in just a minute. Cinch and Go's are very easy. Cinch and Go's are nice because they have that hole in the middle, and if you wanted to use a brad, you could use the brads. But we're not going to do that. This is our label, or sentiment label, and see how neat it is. Now there's the label itself, but then you also, if you put the insert in there, you can create like a book plate. This would be really neat for labeling your craft supplies, I thought. So I'm going to put my sentiment in here, and then there is embossed detail on here, but these fit perfectly inside your your label. I thought that was so pretty neat. And I think if you were to, the example on the package shows gold cardstock. I'll show you here. I thought that was really pretty. Okay, let's get some silver fox. I want to put my background on a gray cardstock. This is silver fox. And what we're going to start by doing is stamping our sentiment. So we need to adhere this to our label, and I'm just going to use a little bit of glue, and we'll just line that up. And we have a real pretty book plate. I thought that was neat. I'm going to go ahead and stamp Get Well Wishes because I need Get Well cards. Gonna lower it a little bit. And then I'm just going to use my black ink to stamp this. The stamp's perfectly in there. And since this is VersaFine, I'm going to give this a little bit of time to dry. And in the meantime, we'll put these aside too. We're going to work on our panel. I'm going to start by building our flowers. Flowers are really easy, and I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to add adhesive, kind of offset them a little bit, and then you see what I meant when these are kind of funky? You could use these actually as flowers, but they make great flower centers. And if you were to use a stylus, it would curl up. They used to create real fun stamens. But I'm going to go ahead and just adhere these, kind of fluff up the end pieces to create some fun flowers. See how easy that is? I'll flip this over, and we need some foam squares. So that one's good to go. And then I'm going to continue. Okay, I have all my flowers done. Now what we're going to do is take our sentiment, I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to add our little faux strings. What I'm going to do is add a little bit of adhesive on the very end, and then we can thread our paper string through here. If you wanted to fold it in half, you could, but I'm gonna keep them long because I'm gonna go diagonal. Now I'm gonna flip this over, making sure these are straight, and then I'm gonna add some foam tape behind here. And then we're going to remove the release paper. And then I'll add this at a diagonal. Down my card base. I think that's going to work out great. And then I can flip this over. We can tack that down to the back. Good deal. Before we add any more bulk to this, I'm going to take a piece of fun foam. I'm going to go ahead and add this to my card base. Just flip it around. Making sure it's centered. And I'm going to tack my card base closed. Okay. Now we can add our flowers. And we'll add our last flower. Pretty easy to put together, huh? Good deal. And then I have some excess overhanging. I'm going to trim off with my scissors. And then we need some bells and whistles. Now I'm not going to go crazy with the bells and whistles. I'm just going to use my Nuvo crystal drops. This is Ivory Seashell, and I think this is going to work out perfect for the flower centers. The nice thing about these drops is you can do different sizes for the different centers of flowers. And I went ahead and added some extra little pearls all around my background just to kind of fill in the open area. Let me show you. And then that finishes my card today for Try It Out Tuesday. I hope you get a chance to check out the Celebrate You collection. And we will see you next Tuesday for another project. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.